Welcome back to the universe of power. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. It's been years since the final 5 episodes of the original Power series, and ever since, there continues to be numerous clues, plot holes, and unnoticed moments that took place that stick out every single time I rewatch those final 5 episodes of Power. In past videos, I covered numerous characters that I felt helped Ghost pull off the ultimate chess move. Like Simon Stern, Stephen Ott, Ramona, and even the security guard that just randomly popped up in episode 9 of Power. But recently I was watching older episodes of Power Book 2 when I noticed something that didn't add up. This caused for me to go back and rewatch episodes 10 and 11 of Power. And what I ended up finding was a shocking revelation. If you remember, Ghost had multiple burner phones in Season 6 of Power, episodes 9 and 10. After Ghost killed Jason, he gave the security guard a burner phone to stand by and wait for the call to set Dre up for Jason's murder. We saw Ghost take out the SIM card and get rid of the burner phone. But if we fast forward to episode 10, Ghost met up with Vincent to get him to send a burner phone to an inmate in prison. And this inmate was none other than 2-Bit. Stay with me because I will return to this in a moment. We didn't really get many 2-Bit appearances in Book 2, and that caused many to believe that 2-Bit's role within the show was limited. But what if I told you that 2-Bit's lack of appearances may have been for a good reason? What nobody seemed to question was how 2-Bit was able to find Tariq at Stansfield. There's really no way to give an explanation as to how 2-Bit was able to find Tariq so easily, other than the writers leaving a plot hole within the show. But in my opinion, I believe 2-Bit tracking Tariq at Stansfield is a lot deeper than you may think. Now we know that 2-Bit was coming after Tariq for the money that Ghost owed him. And since Ghost wasn't around anymore, 2-Bit placed the debt owed on Tariq. But what if I told you that this all may have been orchestrated for something even bigger at play? When we last saw Ghost and 2-Bit interact on screen, it was the moment when Ghost got Vincent to send 2-Bit a burner phone in prison. Ghost used this burner phone to communicate with 2-Bit to make a deal with him to kill Dre in prison. But what so many people are forgetting is that 2-Bit still had this burner phone that Ghost left him even after he took out Dre and after Ghost was pronounced dead in the news. What's even more interesting is the fact that we never saw Ghost get rid of his burner phone that he communicated with 2-Bit on. But every other burner phone that Ghost had in the past, he always disposed of it. With the final 5 episodes of Power showing different perspectives, what if we never saw the full conversation between Ghost and 2-Bit? And being that we never saw Ghost or 2-Bit get rid of the burner phones, it's very possible that Ghost could have still kept contact with 2-Bit. What if Ghost contacted 2-Bit the day after faking his death and made a deal with him? What if Ghost paid 2-Bit to watch over Tariq from a distance and keep him updated on what Tariq is doing in the streets? What if 2-Bit only pressed Tariq for money just to prevent him from making moves? Think about it for a second. 2-Bit has had countless opportunities to kill Tariq in the past if he really wanted to. But he didn't. And since Tommy isn't in New York anymore, the only person that Ghost could still be in contact with is 2-Bit. Also keep this in mind, out of every character still alive from the OG Power series, 2-Bit seems to be the only one who moves silently in the streets. 2-Bit always played his position, never stepped out of bounds, and knew when to make the right moves. This is why Ghost could have very well chosen to stay in contact with him. What if that entire situation with 2-Bit stealing Tariq's car was an order from Ghost? What if Ghost had 2-Bit place a tracker on his car that he traded with Tariq so that he can easily know the different moves that Tariq was making? Think about it for a second. It would explain how Tommy pulled up within seconds after Tariq showed up to Tasha's house back in Season 3. It would also explain how Tasha was able to find Tariq and prevent him from shooting Monet. No one ever wondered why someone as ruthless as 2-Bit gave Tariq so many chances after not having his money on time. If that was anyone else in the streets, 2-Bit would have killed them right away. It could very well be due to 2-Bit carrying out orders from Ghost in the shadows. There were many different instances in Season 4 of Power where there appeared to be someone watching Tariq in the distance, even Monet as well. And we can't forget about that scene with Carter and Nelma when they were discussing working together. You could see how the point of view of the camera pans over to the right in a dark section to give off the impression that someone was listening. What if this has been 2-Bit watching over Tariq this entire time? If Ghost were to be still alive, chances are he wouldn't be in New York at all. Since we never saw Ghost get rid of the burner phone that he used to talk to 2-Bit, it would make sense for Ghost to pay 2-Bit to look after Tariq. And since Tariq stole his original car back from 2-Bit and sold it, there is no other way for 2-Bit and Ghost to track Tariq. This could be one of many other reasons why we saw Tommy contact Tariq for help in the post-credit scene of Season 4 in Book 2. And not to mention, we never found out who 2-Bit was meeting at that Korean restaurant just before Tariq took back his car. Now, as expected, there will be some of you that will tell me to give up on Ghost being alive. But for the last year, we have seen numerous cast members tease Ghost's return to power. Almost every episode of Power Book 2 mentioned Ghost in some way, shape, or form. Even look at how the Power Awards worded things in a certain way. If Ghost was dead just like Angela, then why would they choose to word it as Tariq shoots Ghost and not Tariq kills Ghost? And not to mention throughout the 4 seasons of Book 2, Omari Hardwick always seemed to conveniently do interviews right around the premieres of every season. And on top of all of this, Omari's opinion on returning to power has changed drastically within the last year as well. Last year, Omari Hardwick said that he was made an offer to come back, right before Season 4 started shooting.
They asked me before to come back. They asked me in the last year and a half to come back, when I was offered this.
So for Starz to have offered Omari a contract before they started filming Book 2, that would mean that there had to have been some form of an idea or script already written prior to Season 4. Regardless of how long it's been since we last saw Ghost on screen, it doesn't take away from the fact that the final 5 episodes of Power were all written in a certain way to leave room for a possible Ghost return in the future. And it still baffles me how some people still to this day completely disregard the way that Ghost intentionally angered every last person that we saw coming after him in the finale of Power. Ghost purposely did this because he knew that there would be an investigation with multiple suspects, and he knew that this would make the Fed's investigation very difficult, which in return kept Tariq from being implicated in any kind of way. No one knows if or when Ghost will return, but at the very least we do know that the groundwork was laid ever since the finale of Power. And I have a strong feeling that we will get some kind of major clue or tease of Ghost's return in the finale of Power Book Force. But I'm curious to know what you think of my theory of 2-Bit still being in contact with Ghost. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. See you all next time in the universe of Power.